There was one of our presenters is from Iran and he was not able to come. And but he has sent a research article that he was writing to read to us. So, I don't believe he got a visa, is that correct?
Yeah, he was not granted visa. He couldn't.
Yeah.
So he sent his.
He sent it in
he was
paper.
going to present.
Yes,
Do you
Sorry.
have his biography to read it?
I do. And I know is,
Are you reading a whole paper?
no,
just-
no, I have people, and I actually, I'm sorry, I didn't know if we had given this to people who were attending who were not. Their biographical summaries, because he's actually a PhD candidate right now in clinical psychology, and he's been doing psychotherapy for about 8 years. So he's been working as a trainee in university counseling centers and private clinics, where he continues to, be a therapist. And he began getting interested in Wilhelm Reich in 2014 when he took a master's class in clinical psychology. And he read Dr. Simonian's translation of The Function of the Orgasm in Farsi. Yeah. So this exposure laid the groundwork for his later development professionally. So he underwent a major shift in his own therapy approach when he came to the United States and was trained with Dr. Simonian. And so he's been now using those techniques when he's gone back to Iran. So actually it's one of the younger people coming up actually learning some orgone therapy.
So he's.
Yeah.
I was asked to read his statement that he wrote. I guess he was unable to get a visa. So this is written by Amir Mohseni. Amir. He says, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and dear friends, it's truly an honor to stand before you today in such a distinguished gathering. My journey into the world of Wilhelm Reich began when I read the Persian translation of The Function of the Orgasm by Dr. Stefan Simonian. That encounter opened a door for me, a door to the fascinating realm of psychopathology and ultimately to the expansive field of orgonomy. Reading the third edition of Character Analysis convinced me that no other therapeutic method has delved as deeply into psychotherapy as Reich's work. Yet despite its profound insights, Reich remains widely misunderstood and at times deliberately sidelined. This realization marked the beginning of my deeper connection with Dr. Stefan Simonian in 2013. And since then, I have had the privilege of being exposed to the original uncensored translations of The Function of the Orgasm and various orgonomic papers under his guidance. Later, during my doctoral studies, I was fortunate enough to train directly with Dr. Simonian, learning the therapeutic techniques firsthand. From that moment on, I witnessed a dramatic shift in treatment outcomes compared to conventional methods. In my practice, I have seen remarkable transformations, scenes that reaffirm the power of Reich's approach. I recall a middle-aged man with a tough, imposing demeanor who within minutes dissolved into the sobs of a wounded child, releasing years of repressed grief. Or the young university student who during a session burst into uncontrollable laughter only to be stunned when it gave way to deep cathartic weeping. I have witnessed stern, hardened faces cracking open to reveal childlike vulnerability, explosive anger giving way to rhythmic tremors, and finally a profound release, a peace they had never known before. As Dr. Simonian once told me during a supervision session, you will witness many fascinating scenes. The improvements I've observed with this method are astounding. Relief from chronic anxiety, a newfound sense of lightness, better sleep, stabilized mood, increased energy, restored libido, and even regulated menstrual cycles. All achieved without reliance on medication, which often only masks symptoms rather than addressing their root. The challenges in today's Iran. In Iran, there is a growing awareness of mental health, thanks in part to media influence. This trend is not limited to the affluent classes, but is shared across various social strata. People from all social strata are increasingly seeking therapy, which is a positive development. However, this demand has also created a market for pseudotherapists who offer superficial solutions, selling false hopes to those in pain. Competent therapists are scarce, and the need for deep, effective treatment is greater than ever. When it comes to orgonomy, one challenge we face in Iran is the cultural restriction on touch between non-related individuals of different genders. While Iranian society is becoming more open-minded, institutional structures remain rigid. Given the intense pressures this society has faced and continues to endure, we are unfortunately witnessing an increase in mental health disorders, amplifying the need for deep, effective treatments. As Reich described in Listen, Little Man, if the current generation is not healed, the vicious cycle of trauma and formation of armor will persist. A message of hope. I'd like to close with the words of one of my patients who suffered from major depressive disorder for years. After a few sessions, he sent me a message. Today, for the first time, I feel like I can truly see the world around me. I looked at the sun and realized how beautiful it is. It is my hope that one day Wilhelm Reich will receive the recognition he truly deserves, that the tragic fate shared by visionaries like Nikola Tesla and Wilhelm Reich during the eras of Thomas Edison and Sigmund Freud will not repeat itself. And this was written by Amir Mohseni.
Amir.